Beneath the crushing depths of the Atlantic lies the Bismarck, once the pride of Nazi Germany, now a ghost of iron and silence. Every corridor, every rusted wall tells a story frozen in time. Join the descent into darkness and uncover what remains of the battleship that defied the world. Once the command heart of the Bismarck, the bridge now lies silent beneath miles of darkness. Its shattered glass, rusted instruments, and motionless wheel whisper of a day when voices, orders, and chaos filled this room. Today, only the faint hum of the deep and drifting dust remain, where the great warship once met its fate. Perched high above the wreck, the gun control tower still clings to fragments of its former power. Corroded optics and shattered steel tell of precision turned to ruin. The faint emblem of the Kriegsmarine glimmers under the ROV's beam, a relic of command, buried in silence and time. Once filled with laughter, crystal glasses, and polished silver, the officers' mess is now a frozen banquet of decay. Chairs overturned, porcelain split, and glassware entombed in rust. A small crab crosses a silver knife, a ghostly reminder of lives paused forever beneath the sea. Deep inside the Bismarck, the armory of war has fallen quiet. Shell casings lie scattered among thick rust, and a single round drifts slowly through the dark. Here, the weapons of destruction have surrendered to the stillness of time and the weight of the ocean. Once alive with heat and movement, the engine room now rests cold and silent. Frozen gears, fractured pipes, and drifting oil clouds mark the end of the ship's pulse. Only the faint echo of pressure and rust dust remains a mechanical heart turned to stone. Where coded messages once crackled with urgency, the radio room now hums with silence. Corroded transmitters and broken wires hang motionless. For a fleeting moment, a faint psss echoes as if the deep sea itself remembers the lost signals of war. In the narrow halls of the crew quarters, time has stopped completely. Rusted bunks tilt under layers of silt. A boot lies half buried in sand, and a faded nameplate, Müller. Among the relics, a photo drifts the only trace of the men who once called this place home. The Bismarck's kitchen lies entombed in corrosion copper pots, broken ladles, and a clock falling slowly into rust dust. Once a space of warmth and aroma, it is now a cathedral of silence, where even time itself has forgotten to move. Dark and heavy, the fuel tank area breathes like a sleeping giant. Cracked pipes ooze bubbles that rise and vanish in silence. Every surface is stained in oil-black decay, the veins of a ship that once burned with fury, now stilled forever in cold water. Among collapsed crates and corroded tins marked cafe, the storage hold feels hauntingly human. Fossilized biscuits, faded labels, and drifting dust trace quiet outlines of daily life aboard a war machine. A small fish stirs a golden cloud the sea, reclaiming memory itself. The commander's cabin of the Bismarck lies undisturbed, frozen in the stillness of deep time. The writing desk lies overturned, ink stains crawl down corroded walls, and a silver button glints faintly in the dark. A moss-covered journal rests nearby its pages, sealed by the sea, yet still holding the weight of untold words. Once a place of care and urgency, the infirmary now breathes only silence. Rusted beds lean under drifting silt, shattered glass syringes rest among coral dust, and a small vial marked morphine rolls across the table. Every detail feels suspended, medicine turned to memory, hope dissolved into the ocean. The crew mess tells a quiet story of life paused mid-motion. Long tables split in two, tin cups roll softly in the current, and a knife still quivers in the wood as if frozen in time. Around the debris, fish drift lazily through the haze, silent witnesses to a meal that never ended. Here, power has rusted into silence, rifles fused into solid brown blocks, ammunition scattered like bones of a forgotten war. A corroded door jams halfway open, light cutting through the haze to reveal a single bullet, spinning slowly, a silent echo of destruction reclaimed by peace. High above the wreck, the Bismarck's crow's nest leans in quiet ruin. Broken antennae stretch into blue darkness, cables sway gently, and tiny fish circle like ghosts in formation. A torn scrap of cloth drifts past, once bright, now pale, and threadbare, a flag fading into eternity.
A haunting relic, almost erased by time, drifts through the crow's nest. The golden plume,
once reserved for command and comfort, the Admiral's lounge lies heavy beneath rust and time. Leather chairs collapse into white coral. Chandeliers hang twisted, their glass long gone. In the dust below, a cigarette burned halfway lies untouched for over 8 decades, still guarding its story. The archive room is a grave of memory. File cabinets toppled, pages disintegrated, and faded stamps whisper, secret, through layers of corrosion. A sealed envelope drifts free, its red wax seal cracked open by the tide. The last secret of the Bismarck, finally unbound by the sea. The grand stairway that once carried officers between decks now spirals into darkness. Its railings have vanished, its steps bloom with sponges and rust. As the ROV's light moves through the haze, an officer's cap drifts downward, a symbol of command slowly descending into oblivion. The gun control room, once alive with tension and precision, now hums with the deep stillness of water. Burn marks stain the consoles, dials are frozen mid-measure, and corroded wires hang like veins. A faint light glimmers through an empty barrel, the last breath of the ship's fury. At the stern of the Bismarck, the broken flag mast still stands as a monument of quiet defiance. Covered in white seaweed and drifting dust, it sways in the deep current. A faded red fragment, perhaps once a flag, flutters weakly in the light, its color nearly gone, but not forgotten.